Hi, and welcome back to East Coast Haunts. I'm MK.
And I'm Sam, and it has been a while.
It has been. I bet you guys are wondering where your two favorite ghouls have been.
Yeah, life was empty without us, right?
I know. You've just been waiting for this new episode to drop. Well, we do have a
We've
good
been waiting
excuse.
to record it.
Our microphone just kind of like crapped out on us.
Yeah,
which was sad.
The little hole,
USB-C
was
like
too loose.
It like fell out. It literally fell out of the microphone. So don't really know what happened there, but we have a new one. Hopefully the sound quality is as good, if not better.
And this time we got microphone insurance, I believe,
yes,
right?
Yes, we did.
So shout out to our Patreons because you guys are the ones that funded this new microphone.
Yes,
so
slay, thank
hopefully you guys, it'll sound great. We won't get any reviews saying we sound bad, etc., etc.
Sound like we're underwater.
Yeah, exactly. So we're back, and we've got a very great episode, I think, to kick us back off.
I agree.
Where are we talking about?
We're talking about two separate haunts in New Hampshire.
Yes.
So we haven't covered New Hampshire yet. We've got a few states remaining that we haven't like done anything in yet. I don't think we've done anything in Vermont. I don't know if we've done anything in North Carolina, maybe. Georgia, I think we're still missing.
Have we done Florida? Oh yeah, we did Disney.
And also, oh wait, no, that's a upcoming episode. I won't say anything about that.
You almost spilled the beans.
But I do think, wait, didn't we have we had Flagler College in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that.
New Hampshire is one of those states where, I mean, I was looking at pictures of it for this episode, and it's like beautiful. It's in the fall, the trees are like a million different colors, and it's kind of like, it reminded me of Vermont, sort of. But other than it being beautiful, there wasn't really much I knew about it before this.
I've never been to New Hampshire.
Me neither.
I have seen pictures, though, and I will say it is a very photogenic state.
What search engine do you have?
I have Bing.com,
That's so weird.
which I know everyone makes fun of me for.
Mary Kate was looking up New Hampshire, and it looked like not Google Chrome.
No, it wasn't. It was like Bing.
Bing.
I think I have Google, like this is Google Chrome, the web browser, but for some reason it defaults to Bing.
That's a red flag.
I know it is. I have a lot of like
subtle red
flags. Have you ever heard of a beige flag?
No.
Okay, I saw a TikTok about it, and I don't know who the creator was, and I don't know if I can find it again, but she was talking about how, like, everyone has a beige flag, which is something, like, in your relationship that just, like, makes you pause for, like, a few seconds and then, like, carry on. Like, it's just, like, a kind of, like, a little bit of, like, a weird fact about you, but not necessarily like a red or green flag.
So it's kind of like the yellow flag, because I've heard the yellow flag.
Yeah, it's like it's not good, it's not bad, it's just like something about
that you're
you.
Like,
do you have like a beige flag off the top of your head?
I think for myself, off the top of my head, for myself, I don't think it's a beige flag, but I think other people would.
Okay.
The fact that my main source of music is musical theater. Like, I pretty much listen to nothing else. Like,
that's
I think people would think that was
valid
weird.
Beige flag,
people would be like,
I think.
oh, it's
okay. But it's not like something that would make you be like reevaluate the relationship.
Exactly.
So,
okay, what's yours? You have to share one now. Yours is Bing.
Mine might be Bing. I actually think that's more of like a red, like a pink flag, to be honest with you. My beige flag, I know we've talked about this before, but I like, if we're going to a restaurant and I know what restaurant we're going to beforehand, I have to look at the menu before.
That's not beige.
Okay, that's not beige.
Green.
Is that a green flag?
That's a green flag.
Okay, so then I guess another one is that if I go and I see a movie in movie theaters, even if it's like new, I like have to Google the plot beforehand. I have to like read the plot beforehand.
Because that is an interesting fact, actually. I have a friend that does that too.
Every movie for myself.
So before you even watch the movie, you have to see
I will read
what
the
happens.
plot. Yes.
Why?
I don't want to be like caught off guard if there's like unnecessary gore. Like, do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, I love horror movies, and if I'm watching a horror movie, I expect gore. So I don't like, that doesn't bug me.
But you want to know.
But if I'm watching like a regular movie, then I don't want to like be caught off guard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I actually like don't know why I do it, but it bugs the hell out of like a lot of my friends if I like read the plot beforehand.
Well, especially because you and your boyfriend watch a lot of movies together.
We do, and it's like one of his biggest pet peeves. So I think he would say that's a red flag. I think it's a beige flag because it's really not hurting anyone, because it's not like I spoil the movie for anyone else.
But it's just beige because it's interesting. It's like,
It's just like,
that's weird.
It is what it is. That's been my catchphrase for the past like few days. It is what it is. And like, I have discovered this website, which I know it's like, I did not discover this website. It has been around for a very long
Columbus
time.
Over here.
Yeah. I'm making new discoveries. It's called like, Does the Dog Die?
Oh, you've told me about this before, yeah.
And it has like very common like I guess like triggers.
Okay.
I know, which is like I don't get triggered by like a whole lot of stuff.
But it's a good idea.
But it is a good idea for like someone who like
has a certain fear.
Yes.
Yeah. Or can't handle
like,
certain things.
Something, like my boyfriend has a very specific fear of throat cuts in movie. Like
can't watch Sweeney Todd.
Yes, he cannot watch like a movie or like an on-screen throat cut. So I'll always check. I know. I'll always check like, does the dog die beforehand, because I'm like, then you know.
Slit.com.
All right. Anyway, I think that would be my beige flag.
Okay, I like that.
All
honestly, right. Okay. I want people to like send in their beige flags.
Yeah, chime in with
hilarious.
your beige flags, because I think you can tell a lot about a person
by their beige
flag. See, I think another beige flag of yours would be our holiday tree in our
I
apartment.
that I'm looking at right now.
Because I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and that's like, I love our holiday tree and I think it's adorable, but like that might be something that someone would pause and be like,
that's okay.
I think another beige flag is that we have a paranormal podcast.
That is a big, that's another beige flag. Because it makes you stop and think. Like,
and you're like, interesting.
Like, that is a thing that
like, that's do. Definitely, that's definitely a thing.
By the way, our holiday tree is dressed up for
St. Patrick's
Day right now, so we've got some rainbows on there. So
it could kind of double as adorable.
An LGBTQ pride
well, that's not.
Well, that'll be in June. I got some horseshoes on there for like Lucky Charms.
I think it looks adorable.
She's
personally.
Fully dressed from the Dollar Tree. I get all this stuff at the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree
dress it up. Next, I'm gonna do, I guess, a spring tree rather than an Easter tree. I like spring trees. Yeah. I just ordered. Here's another one of my like beige flags is that I will change my phone case to match like the season. Does that make sense? That's not big. I think that's a green flag.
Do you?
Personally.
Okay, interesting.
I like it when you change yours.
Thank you.
It keeps things interesting.
That's how you know the seasons are changing.
Yeah.
It's almost like the groundhog seeing its shadow.
It is exactly like that.
So like in the summer, I think this past summer I had like a bright orange phone case because it was just like bright and sunny, and then in the fall I had like a beige phone case. Yes. And then this past winter, I had, like, a dark green phone case, which is what I have on right now. But I just ordered a light, like, lilac.
Oh, yes.
Which has been my color of the season.
I think it's the color of your life, actually.
It is. I love me some lilac.
Oh, very exciting. Lots of fun changes. New microphones, new phone cases.
So it is the time for spring, I guess.
It is.
All right. Back to New Hampshire.
Yes.
I'm going to quiz you a little bit about, like, the state whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
If I had to just guess by, like, the vibe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay. State flower.
I'm going to guess daffodil.
No. But good guess.
Lavender. Is it lavender?
No, you're so close, though.
Oh, man.
I literally just said this.
You've just said this?
Yeah, it's like very close to lavender.
Lilac?
Yes.
That's what I meant.
It's
I get this
purple lilac. Ooh, okay, the state mammal.
Oh, it's gotta be a mountain goat for sure.
You're kind of close.
What is it?
It's a white-tailed deer.
That's random.
I know, it is kind of random.
Because there are like 10 million white-tailed deer anytime I drive in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like they're not special enough to be a...
I wonder...
Is that bad?
I want to know what Delaware state mammal is.
Oh, a state mammal?
Yeah, state mammal.
That's so funny.
The Delaware state mammal is the gray fox.
Ooh!
He's kind of cute, actually.
What does the fox say? I don't know if I've seen a gray fox before.
All right. we'll do your home state, Maryland, state mammal.
Crab.
No.
Just kidding, I know crabs aren't mammals. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it. You don't want to get hate feedback. Okay. Guess what the Maryland state mammal is? This is kind of weird, but
shrew.
It's kind of funny.
A shrew.
No.
What is it?
No. It's a calico cat.
Oh. Okay, very random.
And my home state, New Jersey, doesn't have one.
Apparently. New Jersey's gonna be like a rat.
That's so annoying. Wait, I was so excited to see my state mammal.
The state rodent of New Jersey is the Jersey Devil.
You know what? Wait. The Jersey state animal is a horse.
Why?
I don't know.
Are horses mammals? Duh, of course they are.
Yes.
But I just feel as if they're too big to be mammals. But I guess whales are mammals too, so...
All right.
What? Cut this part out.
No, I'm not going to. Okay. Aw, the state dog is a Chinook, which I've never heard before, but he's very cute.
Yeah, he is cute. He looks like
him.
Marmaduke.
Yeah, yes, he's very cute. All right, last one. Guess the state insect.
Praying mantis.
No.
That would have been crazy if I got it, though.
What?
What is it?
I associate your family with this insect because I know that at one time or another, you guys had an infestation of these.
Box elder beetles?
No.
Ladybugs.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we would have infestations of ladybugs. It was so gross.
Oh.
But I never wanted to... There are certain bugs that I feel like I can't kill. I feel bad killing any bug, but like especially a ladybug. And plus, they kind of like smell weird.
Yes, they do smell weird, yeah. Plus, they're good for the environment because they eat aphids.
Yeah,
which
true.
Are like the
and they're good
guys
luck,
that
so I'm like,
on.
I feel bad killing them.
Why do we have no ladybugs on our St. Patrick's Day luck tree?
Don't ask for
Maybe
it.
we do.
Be careful what you wish for.
Okay. That's actually true.
Alright, those are kind of some fun little facts.
Wait, I have one more little fun fact.
She couldn't end it on the ladybugs.
I couldn't end it on ladybugs.
There had to be.
Guess what the state fruit is? Which I guess I did know this was a fruit, but I kind of forgot it was a fruit. So,
avocado?
No.
Just because I'm trying to think.
Why would it be an avocado?
Because you said a state fruit, and you said I forgot this was a fruit.
Yeah, but
I know. Like yeah, that would be like California. Is it like a boysenberry or like a gooseberry?
No. No.
What is it? Tell me.
It's a pumpkin.
Keeping me in suspense.
A pumpkin.
Oh, I didn't know that pumpkins were fruits.
Yeah, because I guess it has seeds.
Yeah.
One of my... Oops, I thought I spilled my drink.
You almost did.
I almost did. One of my favorite fun facts, and this pisses like one of my best childhood friends off to no end, is that there's no such thing technically as a vegetable. Botanically and like biologically, there's no such thing as a vegetable. So everything that you think is a vegetable can either be classified as a starch, a root, a flower, or a fruit.
So vegetables are a social construct.
Vegetables are a culinary construct.
Oh.
So you can argue that technically there is no such thing as a vegetable.
I actually hate that.
I know.
Why do you know that?
Well, the background of this is like kind of long-winded, but basically I was on the ride Living with the Land in Disney in Epcot.
Yes, of course.
And I like kind of had like a revelation, so I Googled it and I went down this like Reddit thread, and like there's a bunch of like scientific articles about how like vegetables technically do not exist.
You know those Reddit veggie threads?
Well, you can go down a rabbit hole for anything.
That's true. Wow, that's interesting. I had no idea.
Yes. So anyway, that's my fun fact for the day.
That's a beige flag that you know that.
That's, you know what? Full circle. All right.
That was the universe telling us to get into
it. We're now 14 minutes into the episode. We have not mentioned ghosts one time.
Well, let's do it then.
All right. Do you want to start off with your location?
Yes, I would love to start off with my location.
Hit me with it.
My location is the Ocean-Born Mary House, which is in Henniker, New Hampshire.
Excellent.
Okay. So this one is pretty interesting. There's going to be kind of like a twist towards the end that we're going to get to, so just keep an open mind about everything. So before I get into the house itself, I want to start with the namesake of the house, which is Mary Wilson Wallace, also known as Ocean-Born Mary.
Slay.
Mary is a famous figure in New England folklore. Mary Kate, have you heard of her?
I have not.
I had not heard of her either, but I have a feeling...
from New England, so...
Yeah, but like we're from like the east,
the northeast.
The northeast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had never heard of her either. But Mary was the daughter of James Wilson and Elizabeth Fulton Wilson. She was born in July 1720. But there was something unique about her birth story, which you can probably guess from her nickname, which again is Ocean-born Mary.
That's what they used to call me in high school.
That was your nickname in high school?
That was my nickname in high school.
I can see why. So she was actually born on the Atlantic Ocean on a ship called the Wolf. That's why she's called Ocean-born Mary.
That's like kind of a badass origin story.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
The Wolf.
Imagine spawning on the Wolf. So Mary's parents, James and Elizabeth, were on the Wolf because they were emigrating from New England. Sorry, they were emigrating to New England in an attempt to escape the violence that was happening in Northern Ireland at the time.
Aww.
And during the voyage, after Mary was born, so like when she was like a little tiny newborn babe, the ship was overtaken by pirates.
Whoa.
Very scary,
Whoa.
right? And the pirates threatened to loot the ship, and that they said they were going to sink the ship with everyone on board. You know, just normal pirate
Typical
things.
pirate activities.
And right before they followed through on the threat, the captain of the pirates, named Don Pedro, heard a baby crying. I know.
What the heck?
And so for some reason, like, this softened his heart. He
Aww.
was like, oh, like, I can't sink this ship with a baby on it.
Yeah, you know, the one baby, the hundreds of lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Also.
It's like this, for some reason, was the turning point for him. So he was like, okay, I'm not going to sink the ship if, and then he went up to Elizabeth Wilson. He said, if you name your baby after my mother, Mary, I will let everyone go peacefully on their way.
What a weird stipulation.
What a weird hill to die on.
That's like, I feel like Sigmund Freud could have used that to argue some
absolutely.
of his things. Like, what is the Nah, I'm sorry.
But
there's
also
something weird. Like, there's something sweet, but also, like, low-key kind of weird about that.
Yes. But also, I feel as if it's not that big of a sacrifice to name your child Mary because, like, 99% of women were named Mary back then, right?
That's true,
right?
Yes. Yes.
As a fellow Mary.
As a fellow Mary, I can attest that 99% of women back then, especially, isn't it a very, like, Irish name?
Yes,
like Mary?
I believe it is, yes.
And then, like, combining it with something else is also Irish, like
yes.
Mary Kate, Mary Catherine, Mary Margaret.
All those double Mary names. So, of course, Elizabeth Wilson said, sure, of course, I'll name my child Mary after your mother.
Okay, real talk, though.
Yes.
If someone came up to you and they were like, I'm sinking this whole ship unless you name your child, like, Gertrude, would you do it?
Yeah. Mary Kate, that is... Okay, you're kidding.
I guess I'm kidding. I don't know, it's like the worst name you could think of. Or would you, like, legally change it after?
I don't want to isolate any listeners.
I don't mean to. I didn't
Gertrude.
Mean, yeah, no, I didn't actually mean that Gertrude was an ugly name.
But it's like a classically, like, they tried, like, when people think, like, it's like that, or like,
it's like
Helga,
Bertha, Olga. Yeah, there's something about those, like, German names, like, you know.
There's something about those German names. I know. It's like old-fashioned German names.
I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole here. So why don't you continue?
Gertrude is gonna leave a nasty review. Okay, so you know, Elizabeth Wilson's like, yes, I will name her Mary. Before he leaves, Captain Don Pedro gives Mrs. Elizabeth Wilson some green brocade silk, and I should have looked that up if it was. I'm sure it's pronounced brocade.
Brocade.
And I looked it up, and it's brocade is like a rich fabric that's woven with a raised pattern. And if you look it up on Google, a lot of the photos are like the pattern itself is like floral and it's intricate.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like old timey. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it looks Irish to me.
Yes. So Captain Don Pedro, not sure why he had this piece of, you know, long green silk, but he gave it to Ocean-born Mary's mother. He told baby Mary's mother that the piece of silk was for Mary's future wedding gown.
Ooh. Green wedding gown? I couldn't figure out if some places said that it was like her entire gown was green, and then some places said that it was just like she like fastened it to her wedding gown. I'm kind of about it.
But the dress is on display in different pieces throughout New Hampshire.
Interesting.
So, and she apparently did end up wearing it on her wedding day, allegedly.
Aww, kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, it is, right?
That's like striking me as
even though it's like, oh, like it's this guy that like decided not to murder everyone, like honor him on your wedding day
because she's named after his mother.
Yeah.
Hello.
So kind of cute, kind of weird. But needless to say, the family of 3 and everyone else on the boat arrived safely in New England shortly after. And Elizabeth's husband, aka Mary's dad, James, unfortunately died fairly soon after getting to New England. So, you know, it's really sad. But Elizabeth remarried a man named James Clark. I guess she had a thing for Jameses. And
again, Freud.
Yeah. And James Clark was Irish and Scottish, just like they were. And the 3 of them settled in Londonderry, New Hampshire.
That's a cute name for a town.
Londonderry.
That just sounds like a New Hampshire town name.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
So the years go by, and Mary grows up to be a gorgeous lady, like strikingly gorgeous, because she's over 6 feet tall.
Whoa.
Yeah. She's got bright red hair and green eyes. So
she sounds like an actual goddess.
Yes.
Like, if I saw her walking towards me in the 1700s, I would have been like
all hail. For some reason I picture her looking like Sophie Turner. I don't know if Sophie Turner is even tall, but like she was in Game of Thrones.
I can't even say I know who Sophie Turner is. So
she's married to Joe Jonas.
I was gonna ask you if that's the same one.
But I didn't want to be like Joe Jonas' wife, and like she also has other things. That's like just what I pictured.
That's like low key kind of what I was picturing in my mind too.
If they ever made a movie, call up Sophie Turner.
Just I wonder if they have her height on here. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, let's find out.
Hold on. La, la, la.
I've always like pictured her tall, but I don't know.
1.75 meters. How is that? Okay, wait. Meters.
I don't know.
2 feet.
Why would they have it in meters? It's because you use Bing. If you Googled it, it would not have come up as
she's
meters.
My height. She's 5'7".
Okay, so she's not that tall. I pictured her taller for some reason. Anyway, Mary grew up to be gorgeous, tall lady, bright green eyes, etc. Mary got married and she had children, and she was widowed at a young age, which is very sad, but probably pretty common back then.
Both Jameses couldn't hack it.
Yeah. Except that I'm pretty sure that you think that James, the second James was Elizabeth, her mom's. James was her
dad
original
and
father,
her husband, right?
No, and her stepfather.
Oh.
We haven't. But she also marries a James later. But don't think about that yet, because we haven't gotten to that yet. Okay. Okay. So Mary's father was named James, and her stepfather was named James. That's all you need to know so far.
And the stepfather and the father have both kicked the bucket, right?
The stepfather hasn't yet. The stepfather is like irrelevant. So, but you know what? It's not even going to matter in a minute. If you give me one more minute, none of this is going to matter. Okay. So Mary gets married. She has her kids. She's widowed at a young age. And then Captain Pedro, from the beginning, tracks her down. They get married.
What?
And they live together in a gorgeous mansion overlooking the town of Henniker for many years, which is called the Ocean-born Mary House.
I am astounded.
Like, what was the age difference? I know, like, they weren't good at keeping records as much back then.
First of all, the age difference is probably crazy, because if you are a full-on pirate at the time that this woman is an infant, then that's crazy. So it's definitely, by today's terms and standards, illegal.
Yes.
And second, why that? What? I just want to know,
like, how did he find her?
What in his head was like, you know,
gotta
who my
find that
soulmate
baby.
is? That fucking baby that I made the lady name after my mother all those years ago.
Let me go find her. And honestly, to be fair to Mary, she probably didn't have much of a choice in marrying him, right? Like, he probably like forced
horrified.
Her. But yeah, that is
nothing could have. I foresaw when you said, "Give me one more minute." I foresaw that going a lot of ways, and the one that I expected was that all 3 Jameses were going to die.
Well, there's another plot twist coming up.
Okay, all right, I'll let you.
Like, that wasn't even the plot twist, unfortunately.
What? That wasn't the plot twist?
It's not the plot twist. Okay. So, like I said, Mary and Captain Don Pedro lived together in a gorgeous mansion overlooking the town of Henniker for many years. Very happy life, right?
I would hope so.
One fateful day, when Mary walked into their mansion and she found Don Pedro murdered in their house.
What?
And many people believe that Don Pedro was killed because of buried treasure.
Oh, okay.
The classic way for a pirate to die.
You should have drawn that out because buried treasure was not even on my radar. So I was gonna say piracy.
No, because of piracy.
Well, that's
he ran with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
But of course, this is the perfect recipe for a haunting, and Mary's ghost is said to haunt that house, mourning her husband's death. Except, here's the plot twist. What if I told you that almost none of that is true?
You're playing with my emotions here.
I know! But I was researching this, and I got so into the story, but then I couldn't verify it anywhere. And I was like, did this source just, like, straight up lie to me? And, like, I was so confused. So that's, like, the folklore. That's, like, the legend. That's the lore behind it. But there are some things that are verified to be true, and the actual story is not quite as crazy and scandalous as the original story is.
So that is so funny that you had that experience, but I'm gonna let you finish your part.
Okay, yes. So almost none of that is true, but we do have some parts of the story that are verified. So here's what we do know.
Okay.
Mary was born on a ship. True. Her parents were Elizabeth and James Wilson. True. Pirates would sometimes overtake ships that were headed from Ireland to New England. That's true. Mary did wear green silk with her wedding dress. That is true.
What the hell?
And pretty much everything else is false.
So you're telling me that there was...
It's so disappointing. I know. And, like, I felt mean telling the story this way, but, like, I had to give you the emotional roller coaster that I had.
Okay, so I just want everyone here to know that, like, Sam researched her story separately, and I researched mine, and we both had no idea what the other one was talking about going into this episode.
And we also researched these, like, 3 weeks ago before our microphone broke, so I kind of forgot that, like, the entire thing was fake.
You told me, you were like,
I told you a while ago.
I got this text from Sam when we were at work, and she was like, what if I told you that I researched the entire thing and that it turned out all to be fake?
And then, and then you forgot.
I did. I completely forgot. And I was enraptured in this story.
I know. It's so disappointing.
That is sad. But you know what? Because of the age gap, I'm going to say it's for the best.
It is. And you know what? She actually had a very happy life, which I'm going to tell you about.
Good.
It's nothing like, spooky, but
yeah,
she had
a
great
real
life.
Meat and bones. What is the saying?
Like the
meat and potatoes.
Meat and bones. I don't know what kind of meat you're eating.
Keep going.
So this is the real story.
Okay.
In 1742, when Mary was 22 years old, she married James Wallace, which another James. That's why I said it doesn't even matter, because none of that other stuff was true.
With the James.
I know. Jameses are running amok in New England. So when she's 22, she marries James Wallace, and she was wearing a wedding dress complete with her green strip of silk. Who knows where she got it?
Not given to her by Don Pedro.
But, like, maybe it was. We don't know.
Okay.
It's not verified, though.
Okay.
Mary and James were married for almost 40 years, and they were only separated by death. So
Aww,
it's very
that's
sweet.
Cute.
Yeah, so she wasn't widowed too young, which is nice. Like, back then, that's kind of all you can ask for.
Yeah, really.
James died in 1781 after almost 4 decades of marriage and 4 children.
Okay, so it seems like they had a very happy familial relationship from
It does seem like they did. And as Mary aged, she moved in with her son William at his home in Henniker, New Hampshire. And she died on February 13th, 1814, at age 93. Like, that's a long life.
That's crazy.
Like, she was born in, like, the early 1700s, and she lived almost 100 years.
So 93 is old for someone now.
Yes. And back then, like, it's very impressive.
We're talking about back in a time where, like, putting leeches on people was considered, like, the top
modern
form of
medicine. Right, exactly. So it's crazy.
Oh, you have a swollen, like, thumb.
Didn't they, like...
Let's put leeches
on it. Remember, didn't George Washington, like, as he was dying, they were just, like bleeding him dry, like, draining him of his blood because they thought it would help or something. And, like, that's what killed him. So, like, that's crazy.
I want everyone listening to know that as a child, so we
no,
have
they definitely
discussed,
know. They definitely know.
But
my George Washington.
No, I was gonna say something else and expose me.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god, this is like a combination of our two worst fears.
Yeah, so Sam was terrified of George Washington. Yes. I was terrified of blood, like to the point where my family could not refer to it as blood and they had to refer to it as blue blah.
Blue blah.
Blue blah.
And I still think of blood as blue blah.
Thank you. I sometimes do too. If I'm like reading a book and it says the word blood, sometimes I'll be like the blue blah.
The blue blah.
And anyway, if I had known that fact, and it still makes me queasy, like not even like the sight of blood, but literally like the idea. Talking about like the idea of blood makes my like hands a little like
clammy.
yeah, like ew, it makes them feel weird. But what was I saying? If I had known that fact, like that doctors used to like literally drain people of their blood because they used to think like the reason for sickness was like bad blood. So if you take the blood out of the body like, and then generate new blood,
like he literally,
you're fine.
George Washington straight up like they purposefully like bled him to death. Like that's insane. And like what are the things that we're doing now that in the future they're gonna be like, you idiots, like
you were like radiation treatment with like cancer. They're gonna be like, you were literally shooting them with like harmful radiation.
Yeah,
that's
but it's like at the time that's all they knew.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mary lived to the ripe age of 93. As I said, she's buried in the Center Burying Ground in Henniker, New Hampshire, and she was the cutest old lady ever. Aww. We will post a picture of her on the Instagram. Like, oh my god, she was so cute. There seems to only be like one picture of her, but also I'm like, how even was there a picture of her? Because
it was like the 1800s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was a portrait. I don't know. When was photography invented?
No, it looks like an actual picture, but she's so cute.
Oh my god. Yeah, but if I woke up and I was in that house and I saw that,
no, but look
I'd
at her
scared.
there. Maybe it's actually just a random lady. Maybe it's like
that's
maybe
this is a stock
her photo. Yeah.
But
also, why is she holding like intestines in this picture?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Making sausage. Anyway, you don't want to know how the sausage gets made. And also, just a quick little side note. I did a little research. Whew. And Captain Don Pedro was not... Sorry, he was born in 1800, so the timeline does not even remotely make sense unless he was negative 80 years old when he took over Mary's ship. Or maybe there's multiple Captain Don Pedros. I don't know.
Maybe Captain Don Pedro the third.
Perhaps a little Benjamin Button situation. Like, I don't know. But it's definitely, like, a fun story.
Yeah.
But, like, the more you think about it, you're like, okay, like, I'm not shocked that that's not.
Yeah.
But the haunt in there was that the house was where she haunted after her husband was found dead. But it is a house that she lived in at some point. That's kind of the story behind the Oceanborn Mary house. The legend behind it, and then the actual story behind it.
The lore
behind it.
The lore behind it.
So yeah, that's my haunt for this week.
Love it.
Thank you.
So,
your turn?
My turn?
Yes.
So it's funny that I introduced this with my like childhood fear of blood.
Yes.
Because the place that we're going to be talking about now is called Blood Cemetery.
Ooh, that's a really good transition.
Dun.
I don't know if I would want to be buried in Blood Cemetery.
No, I don't think I would. But there's a reason that it's named Blood Cemetery. So Blood Cemetery is located in Hollis, New Hampshire, and it was established in 1769 by a local farmer who unfortunately had to sell his farm. So he decided to donate part of it for the people of the town who had passed, so that they could be buried and it wouldn't be like a potter's field.
That was really nice.
Yeah, right? And it holds just over 300 people.
Okay.
It was originally named Pine Hill Cemetery, which is arguably a nicer name.
Yes.
But then it
not
was...
even arguably.
It just is, objectively. Then it was renamed for Abel Blood, who's a, like, A-B-E-L.
E-L. Kind of a cool name. Abel
Blood. And the Full Blood family who's buried there.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So Abel Blood was born in 1797, and he died
He was born in 1997. He's our age.
A millennial ghost. And he died January 8th, 1867. So he was 70 years old when he died.
Okay.
And we don't know, I can't find at least any record of like an Abel Blood existing.
Okay.
But people think that his namesake might have come from Genesis chapter 4 verse 10, which is, quote, "And he said, 'What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries to me from the ground,'" which is a verse from the story of Cain and Abel.
Slay.
Where the two, well, literally.
Where Cain slays Abel.
Where Cain slays Abel. And so that's like where the name may have come from, is like Abel's blood. Yeah.
Wow.
And people thought originally that he could have been either a murderer with occult connections, so like almost like a satanic type of thing, and simultaneously it was rumored that the entire Blood family was murdered.
Oh.
Neither of these are true or can be corroborated in any of these, like in any historical...
But it's the lore.
Yeah, that's the lore.
Okay.
So the haunt of this cemetery itself, lots of cold spots.
Okay.
A given at this point. The ghost of Elizabeth Blood, who I believe is Abel Blood's wife, can be seen in a long shroud standing behind her headstone. Oh. So when people take flash pictures of the cemetery, they'll often get like a reflection of Elizabeth Blood in their pictures. The ghost of Abel could possibly be looking for his murderer. That's what people say. Ooh. But this was also disproven because there was like a record of like a family having been murdered. Okay. But there was like a different death date on the headstone that matched up with the record. Okay. So I don't know. It's kind of convoluted, but it was the 1700s.
When things go that far back, it's like hard to...
Yeah. I don't know. But in New Hampshire, the website is called New Hampshire Tour Guide. It tells a story about a 1990s investigation. And it starts with this story of, like, back in the 1970s, 1980s, like, the tour guides, the people that were investigating there were, like, teenagers. And they would tell how, like, their friends from high school or whatever, middle school, would go and either ride their bikes past the cemetery, and then eventually when they got their license, they would, like, go driving past the cemetery on, like, a dare. Like, you know, the stereotypical thing. And there was a thing, like a rumor, that if you checked your rear view mirror, you would see Mary Blood.
Oh, that's so scary. That's so freaky.
In your mirror. So when I read that, I thought it said Bloody Mary, which is like, of course, that thing where you like, if you say her name 3 times.
Blue Blah
like,
Mary.
Yeah, Blue Blah Mary, and you like flick the light switch on. It's like the slumber party game. I was like, what? Like, I was so confused. And then I was like, maybe this is the origin story for it. So I, like, looked up the origin story for Bloody Mary, and I couldn't find anything about a blood cemetery. And then I went back and I reread the thing, and it said Mary Blood, not Bloody Mary. So anyway.
A classic blood.
I was just an idiot. And then, eventually, this story changed from Mary Blood to drivers seeing a ghost kid running out in front of their car.
Oh dear God, that'd be so stressful.
Which is like, and the people would like slam on the brakes and they would feel like their car would recoil.
Oh my
God. Like almost like they hit something, so they would get out of the car in a panic and there would be nothing there.
That's so mean to the driver.
I know. But this ghost kid was supposedly murdered with his family and buried in Pine Hill Cemetery. Again.
Dang.
Nothing
Allegedly.
to corroborate this. But the most famous haunt from the cemetery, which unfortunately is no longer there,
Oh.
Because it had to be removed due to vandals, because we can't have nice things, apparently.
Yes.
Was Abel Blood's headstone. Ooh. And we'll post a picture of it, because it really is. It's creepy. I mean, it's creepy. On the headstone itself, it says, like, Abel Blood's name. It has his, like, birth date and death date. But it has a stone finger engraved into it, pointing up to the sky. And as soon as the sun sets, the finger will shift and point downwards. And it's, like, actually a phenomenon that, like, people have gotten.
What?
It's crazy.
Like the shadow of it?
No, like the actual finger engraved on the headstone will turn from the sky and point down.
I'm looking this up
right now. The headstone leaks like a rust-colored liquid, which is...
Stop it.
Creepy, right?
Stop it. This is creepy.
And when people are looking at this headstone, they report disembodied shoves, like someone's trying to get them away from the headstone or like out of the graveyard. And if they start to run like in fear away from this, they say that time feels like it's slowed down and they feel like they're running through molasses.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Which is creepy. Like I said, the headstone was removed, and I think it's like housed in like either the archives, or I saw one that said it was like housed in the local police station, which I was kind of
interesting.
Like, okay.
Why were people vandalizing it?
I don't know. They were just like out there, and unfortunately, I think they broke it.
Yeah,
which sucks.
It's a cool looking headstone, though.
I know, isn't it?
Although I feel bad for his wife because it's like in big letters, Abel Blood died, blah 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 blah, and then in like smaller letters, it's like Betsy, his wife, and it doesn't even say when she was. Whatever. I guess it doesn't say when he was born either. Oh, no, she died when she was 26?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so sad.
Oh, that's really sad.
Aww.
Oh, God, this is sad. The headstone is cool, though.
Yeah, I would recommend not going to this cemetery. Like, if you really must see it, go drive past it slowly, but I wouldn't get out of your car just out of respect, because it's seen so much vandalism over the years because of the rumors that it was haunted, and it is patrolled nightly by the police, and it is heavily patrolled on Halloween, so definitely do not go on Halloween night. If
there's a place called Blood Cemetery, it's like not surprising that it's popular, right?
That's kind of just a given. But that is the story of Blood Cemetery. It's kind of funny that we both, like, had something where we were researching, we were like, oh my god, this is, like, crazy, and then we're like, oh, this is not real.
Actually part of it, the majority of it isn't
not
true.
Real. Oops. But,
still two very interesting places. New Hampshire we're gonna have to do more on New Hampshire, because there were a ton of cool places around there.
I really kind of like the vibes that I'm getting from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
You know?
We can go on a little road trip to New Hampshire.
I'm in. You know I'm in. I'm still looking forward to our road trip up to Lizzie Borden house.
Oh my God. Yes, I know. Wait, we should probably actually plan that soon. Serious.
You heard it here first, folks.
We are going to the Lizzie Borden house.
I'm like very excited for that one.
I'm very excited. I'm a tiny bit nervous, but I think I'm saving most of my nerves for like when we're actually there.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite episodes I think that we've done.
That was such a good episode.
That was such a fun episode.
It was so fun to film.
Because it has like such a fun well, I guess not like fun, but like very interesting, backstory.
It did.
But that was a fun
But this one was fun too. It's fun
I loved this one. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Thank you guys for being patient with us as we
and not yelling at us.
Figured everything out.
A few fans contacted us and were like, "Are you okay?" And we were like,
that's so nice.
"I know."
A little wellness check. We're fine, but the microphone isn't.
Yeah, the microphone itself has seen better days. But anyway, we will be back very soon. Expect some Patreon episodes coming very soon.
Very, very soon.
So if you haven't signed up for our Patreon, we've got some stuff coming up that you're not going to want to miss. So definitely check that out.
Heck yeah, especially if our new microphone breaks. We're going to have to get a new one. So fund us.
But hey, no, we have the insurance now this time around.
True.
We learned our lesson.
We got that insurance, baby.
Exactly. All right, so follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook.
Yes.
It's East Coast Haunts
on everything. All of the above.
Yeah, you'll be able to find us pretty easily, I think. Feel free to send us in personal tales of your suggestions at our email, which is east.coast.haunts@gmail.com.
You know?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've plugged our social media pages.
Weird.
I know. But we do keep pretty active on them, so check them out. And we will talk to you very soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.